Hi everyone, welcome to the.
Start again. Yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome to the first video for our fitness. Given the fact that we're all being a bit more confined to our houses, we are going to come up with lots of different 10-minute videos to help you to stay fit and healthy at home. And so today I've got my great friends Carly and John here, otherwise known as Miss Fraser and Mr. Kunz, just to help us with the demonstration. So today's 10-minute video is going to look at what you can actually do at home in terms of fitness. And all the stuff that we're going to do today, you can actually do at home and don't have to go out and buy any expensive equipment. You can just do this in the comfort of your own home, watching your favourite Netflix, and even getting your siblings and your parents involved. So without further ado, we're going to start off today, and this session is really going to be a strength training session. So in the coming videos, we're actually going to look at more aerobic type fitness. We're going to look at some nutritional stuff. We're going to do some cooking demonstrations. So stay tuned, guys, because this is going to be loads of fun for you and to give you something to do at home. So guys, the first thing we're going to do, we're thinking about the upper body first. We're actually going to be doing a few upper body exercises. And of course, like before any exercise, we need to actually do some stretching. So guys, the first stretching we're going to do is stretching our shoulders, because that's one of the first exercises that we're going to do. So taking your arm across. And most stretches you need to hold for a minimum of about 15-20 seconds. Now, I'm not really going to do that today. I'm simply going to show you some of these stretches and move on to the next stretch. And of course you do the same for the other side, just bringing your arm across, pulling your arm right in nice and tight to feel the stretch. Fabulous little stretch there. Can you feel that, Miss Fraser?
Yep.
Mr. Kunz?
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Okay, now the next stretch we're going to do is for our chest, because we're actually going to do a little bit of chest workout. So simply just put it on the side of a wall and just try to bend your upper body around to one side. That's a nice little stretch. And again, you can do the same with the other side. Sorry for our backs, but we'll Alright, and one more last stretch for the upper body. This time we're going to take one arm right over to the back and just pulling the elbow gently down and across. And you should feel a really good stretch down one side of your body. And the same with the other side. And back, and we'll just do a couple of little twirls around just to make sure that the upper body's nice and ready. And the idea behind stretching and warming up is to actually prepare the muscles so that they're actually warm enough for when you actually do the exercise. You're going to be less susceptible to injuries, and you're going to be able to perhaps lift a little bit more weight as well. All right, guys, so first thing we're going to do, we're going to actually start with the shoulders. And I've got some really cool weights here. Weights that you can have at home. I've got some water bottles, but you can actually use baked bean cans, you can use tins of spaghetti, whatever you like. But for the sake of today, we're going to use our water bottles. And the first exercise we're going to do is just a simple shoulder press. So taking it up and then down. Now, I often get asked, how many repetitions should I do? How many sets should I do? Well, usually, if it's a medium to light weight, you would do at least 10, even 15 repetitions. Have a bit of a rest and do another 10 or 15. And ultimately, you're trying to aim for about 3 to 4 sets of any exercise that you do. All right, that's fantastic, guys. Great form there, Miss Fraser and Mr. Kunz.
It's easy with these little ones. Should
Yeah.
I try a heavier one?
Yeah, look, if you've got something heavier at home, absolutely try something a little bit heavier. I mean, these are only like what, 500 grams, so they're pretty light. A really good weight to start off, and always you want to start off with something light on your first set. Don't try and lift really heavy weights. It's much better to start off with something really light. So that's fabulous. Now we're going to do another different exercise for the shoulders. This one I like to call it the chicken wings, because that's what it looks like. So we're going to hold the weights out in front of us, elbows just slightly bent, and then we're going to raise up those chicken wings. and then take it down. Fantastic. Right now, the other exercise that we started with, that actually works the top part of your shoulders. This one works the outside of your shoulders. All right, so that's a slightly different exercise, but still working the same muscle group. Now again, you're going to aim for about 10 or 15 repetitions and about 3 or 4 sets. And then between those sets, you want to have probably about a 30-second, maybe 45-second rest between the sets. That's fantastic. I can see those shoulders developing already, Mr. Kunz. That's fantastic. Right, great work, guys. All right, so now we've done those. Now, what about the biceps and the triceps? All right, so a simple exercise for the biceps. Again, a straight bicep curl is really easy to do. We're going to come up and back down. Now, the other question I get asked sometimes is, how fast do I do an exercise? Well, basically, with the weights that we've got now, that's about the speed that you want to do it. If you try and do an exercise too quickly, then you run the risk of actually injuring yourself, and that's what you don't want to do. Right, so that's a really simple exercise for bicep curls. Now, the opposite muscle group to that, Miss Fraser, is what?
Triceps.
Triceps. Give it 10 points. Fantastic, Miss Fraser. All right, now with triceps, it's a slightly different variation to what we're doing. Come forward on one foot, and this time you're going to hold your elbows back behind you, and then you're going to extend the arms backwards. All right, so that's, can you feel that, Mr. Kunz? Is that working?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, excellent. So that's a tricep exercise. Now I'm going to show you another tricep exercise in a moment. We're going to get the chairs, because that's another great exercise where we do tricep dips. All right, once again, you're aiming for about 10 or 15 repetitions and about 3 or 4 sets on that exercise. It's a great little exercise. All right, so we're going to put the, our weights down for a minute, guys. And we're going to move on to our chest now, because we've done the arms, we've done the shoulders, and we're going to do chest. Now, the great exercise that everyone knows is push-ups. Now, there are a couple of variations, Miss Fraser, with the push-ups, and we can do what they call the advanced version, which I'm going to get both of you, Mr. Kunz and Miss Fraser, if you come down onto the mats for us, and I'm going to get you both to demonstrate the push-ups. This is a fantastic exercise for strengthening the upper body. Now, Miss Fraser, I'm going to get you to do the advanced push-up.
Okay.
All right, so that means you've got to actually hold your upper body up, and your arms just a little bit wider apart. And I want you to come all the way down and all the way up. Fantastic. Excellent. Can you do 20 of those, Miss Fraser?
I could start doing 20 of them.
All right, let's see how many Miss Fraser can actually do before she can't do any more. You ready? Are we counting? That's 1, 2. Now remember, it's really important with any exercise that you maintain really good form. And the minute your form actually starts to collapse, then that's probably a good idea to finish on that. How are you feeling, Miss Fraser? I think she's looking a little bit tired.
Yeah, a little bit.
How many have she done,
10.
Mr. Kunz?
11.
I think my form is starting to collapse.
Okay, that's fantastic, Miss Fraser. All right, now, Miss Fraser, I'll get you just to stay there. And Mr. Kunz, we're going to get Mr. Kunz to demonstrate the intermediate variation of this, which is stand on your knees, Mr. Kunz,
Yep.
and then coming straight down onto the mat. And hands a little bit wider apart. And basically it's the same exercise, except it will feel a little bit easier. So away you go, Mr. Kunz.
Like this.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Let's start counting. 1,
Yeah, how many has he done, Miss Fraser?
2,
That's 3, sir?
3.
Yep.
4, 5. Boy, I tell you what, I think he's actually been training in secret. That's awesome.
Do you want me to try one-handed?
Yes, please.
Yes, do it.
Next time. Stay tuned next time.
Okay. That's fantastic, Mr. Kunz. All right, so remember, push-ups is a really good exercise. The same principle works with doing push-ups, like we're doing with the shoulders and the biceps and the triceps. Try and aim for at least 10 per set, and try and do about 3 or 4 sets. No, that's not the bell to stop. We're going to keep going because we've got another 5 minutes of this yet. Right, guys, we've done some really good upper body work. We're actually now going to do some lower body work. Actually, before that, I told you that we're going to do some triceps on the chair. So, Mr. Kunz and Miss Fraser, I'm going to get you to come and demonstrate this because this is a fantastic exercise as well for your triceps and your upper body. So with this one, what you're aiming to do is hold your hands on the seat with your hands forward, taking your legs away from the chair and lowering just with your arms. All right, how? On a scale of 1 to 10, Mr. Kunz, how hard is that?
Not for me.
Again, see, he's a secret weight trainer, Mr. Kunz. So he's really good at this. All right, so what muscle groups do you feel that's working, Ms. Fraser?
Ones that need more work.
So that's a fantastic exercise for working your triceps. It works your shoulders, it even works part of your chest and your lats as well. So great exercise. You guys could keep doing this all day, couldn't you?
Yep.
All right, fantastic, guys. That's excellent. So again, you're aiming for about 4 sets of about 10 repetitions and have a break in between those sets. So again, all you need is a chair at home. So not too much equipment and great little exercise to do for upper body strength. All right, now we're going to work out legs. All right, so if I can get you guys to come back here with us. I'm just going to move those over there. All right, I'm going to jump on the side here and actually do this with you. Right, legs is a really big muscle group, and so we want to do some really big exercises for it. There are a number of things that we can do. The first one is called just a straight leg lunge. And what you do is you're standing with your feet slightly apart, you're lunging forward with one leg. Now, when you lunge forward, it's a good idea not to go any further than 90 degrees. All right? If you go really deep, that puts a lot of pressure on your knee. We don't want to actually do that. So we're going to about 90 degrees. We're going to step back and then step forward. Right, guys, so let's aim for 10 on this one. You ready? Right, let's go. Down we go. Now, it's about this speed. Lunges are a great exercise to strengthen up your quads, your butt, and your hamstrings. So it's a really great exercise for your legs. It also uses all those stabiliser muscles, which basically help you to stand up straight without falling over. Haven't we done this, Fraser?
To be honest, I was listening to you, so...
9, 10.
There we go, that's it, you got it.
Fantastic. All right. Okay. Now another exercise you can do is what they call just a straight squat. All right. Again, we're going to stand with our feet about shoulder width apart, and we're just going to squat down and up. Sometimes it's easy if you hold your hands out in front as you lunge down. Again, you're trying not to come any deeper than about 90 degrees.
And flat feet on the
And
ground.
flat feet on the ground, that's right, Mr. Kunz. All right. Now, if you have a little bit of weight at home, maybe a broomstick or something like that, you can actually rest the broomstick on your back, and that actually will help you just to balance a little bit better too. I reckon we'll do 2 more, eh?
Yep.
Sounds good.
All right, great. Excellent. Now, the only other muscle group that we haven't worked in our legs is our calf muscles. All right. Now, this is a great exercise you can do at home. You can do it on a step or anything that's raised up a little bit. For the benefit of the day, we've actually got a beam here. So what we're going to do, guys, is actually stand on the beam, just with our heels over the edge. And we're going to raise up and raise back down. Now again, we're trying to aim for about, with this exercise, I usually aim for at least 15 and try and aim for about 4 sets of 15. I don't know about you, Ms. Fraser and Mr. Kunz, but I'm starting to get out of breath. Yeah. All right, well, let's do a couple more, guys, because I'm starting to feel that. That's great. 1 more. Fantastic. All right, I think we've actually gone through pretty much all the major muscle groups with that. Now, again, students and parents, because that's who we're making these videos for, I would aim for at least 10, 15, even 20 minutes a day of strength training. those exercises that we've actually showed you today, you can do those without any expense in the comfort of your own home. So Mr. Kunz and Ms. Fraser, thanks so much for being part of the first video. It's going to be one of quite a few videos to come. So I really hope you've enjoyed today's
It's been good.
exercise. Thanks guys, see you next time.